что не бьет. Ну мне тоже боляче, и шо?
Я тебе ровно бью так.
И шо?
Я ж тебе не так бью.
А як це твої проблеми, як ти б'єш?
Давай.
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 Що ти, подожди, ти пора.
You weren't supposed to see this. Not like this. Not this fast. Not this sharp. Not from a 38-year-old heavyweight champion. But the footage is out, and Oleksandr Usyk just shocked the entire boxing world. He didn't stumble into shape. He didn't show up looking like a veteran holding on to greatness. He looked like a man who never left his prime. Oh, and did we forget to mention that he's 38 years old?
Оп. Оп. Оп, оп. Оп, оп. Оп. Оп, оп. Вправа називається АТБ. І додому.
He moves with total control, no stutters, no hesitation, just angles and precision. He's slipping punches, exploding into combinations, ripping the body, and stepping out before his shadow can catch up. There's no heavyweight on the planet moving like this right now, and he knows it. This footage wasn't leaked. It wasn't shot through a gym window. It was posted publicly on purpose because Usyk wants people, especially Daniel Dubois, to see it. He's not just training, he's putting out a warning, not in words, but in rhythm, movement, and timing. Every step, every move says the same thing. If you want this belt, come take it, but you're not fast enough, not smart enough, not ready. And that's what makes this clip so terrifying. Usyk doesn't look like he's preparing to survive Dubois. He looks like he's preparing to outclass him. This isn't the desperate conditioning of a man trying to keep up. This is the sharpened blade of a champion refining his weapon. Cool, controlled, and cutting. While Dubois has been posting footage of power drills, thudding the heavy bag, cracking pads, and marching forward like a tank, Usyk is floating. Where Dubois is force, Usyk is finesse. And when the two clash, we're gonna find out if timing really does beat power. But right now, Usyk looks untouchable. And that's not just the opinion of fans in the comments or keyboard analysts on Reddit. Trainers, former champions, and active contenders are reacting. Some are stunned. Because this isn't just any fighter prepping for a rematch. This is the same man who absolutely destroyed Anthony Joshua. The same man who made the Gypsy King Tyson Fury question his pace. And now, he's sending a message again. A reminder that no matter how hard Dubois hits, he's been punched much harder and he can take it.
Was that the hardest punch you've ever had?
Yeah, it was a hard punch. Yeah.
The hardest you've had?
No, because when I was young, I take punch with our horse.
A horse?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A horse?
Horse, yeah.
Well, how did it punch you?
My hands like this. Because I work in farm. Like a horse going, yeah. I go to, hey, get out. Boom.
With his head?
This.
With the head?
Yeah. No.
Kick?
Like on the legs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Legs, boom.
All right, so let me
out.
Well, let me ask you a different question.
0 fight, 0 win, KO.
So that horse is unbeaten, but was that the hardest punch by a human being?
Це був самий сильний удар, який був створений по яйцям. It was a hard punch to punch and ball.
What do you think of that? You don't punch as hard as a horse kicks, for starters.
I don't think I landed. He ain't really felt my power yet.
Really?
Last time he got away, he ain't really felt it.
Yeah, I'm not horse,
Yeah.
of course.
He never come around. Yeah, he got away last time. This time, he got away from a beating.
Horse punch one
feel the real
time,
power
I'm
next
punch one, two.
Now that is a statement, one that Dubois and the rest of the heavyweight division can't afford to ignore, especially after the disrespect that Dubois and his team has given him in the build-up to this fight.
Your fighter punch me this.
But your reaction.
Stop.
Your reaction.
Yeah, reaction. Listen, you doctor.
See Shakur, you see Floyd, we know all the time.
friend,
They stop, they stab, they stab the belt always.
If you
The
wanna
belt
play, stop. If you wanna play, playing start now.
Yeah. Let's play.
Yeah. Listen,
We're always ready to play.
Listen.
Trust me.
this clean.
I've seen so many clips.
This is clean.
I've seen so many clips. I've watched boxing my whole life. If this shot here, let me explain.
My body shake
And
because
your-
you punch here.
And your belt is high.
Bro,
as well.
it's once.
I've watched boxing my whole life. Of course, that's why I'm saying, because I fight. I've done 250 rounds with Fury, I've fought people. So my question to you, I've watched boxing my whole life.
Okay.
You've got Floyd Mayweather, you've got Shakur
How
Stevenson.
many?
I'm
How
finished.
many professional?
Every
how
time the
many
belt, it gets
professional
punched
fight?
every fight. But I know you were hurt. And you know what? Forget me, forget him, forget all these people.
Okay.
You know you were hurt. Because I heard what you said. You know.
It's you.
Legendary DAZN ring announcer and commentator Adam Smith, who visited Usyk's camp in Gandia, expressed astonishment at what he saw last week. It is extraordinary to be around him. He is just a tremendous athlete, an athlete I've never seen before. His balance, his footwork, his rhythm, his coordination are another level, Smith said in a DAZN news feature. He continued, in training, he just works and works and works. No stone is left unturned. They think and train for everything. They are so professional.
I think Oleksandr Usyk is the best fighter in the world, and I've been in training camp. I've seen him up close. I've seen what he goes through. Before the Fury fight, I thought he would probably have the better of Tyson in that second fight. And I think the rounds, as they ticked on, he was just more and more superior. I thought Tyson actually boxed really well second time. Look, Oleksandr Usyk is a phenomenon. I agree with Spencer that Daniel Dubois is a much better mentally and physically athlete, fighter, person, maturity than he was a couple of years ago. He's on a fantastic run. Those wins, that gutting out win over Jarrell Miller to stop him. Hrgovic, again, taking the licks in the first 3 rounds. And Joshua, of course, absolutely phenomenal.
But this is a whole different animal.
This is a whole different animal. And look, he has to, as Duke said, he has to just keep the pace at him. He's got to work the body. He's got to take risks. Yes, he's got power. He's a phenomenal fighter, Daniel Dubois. However, Usyk's so clever. He's so good in rematches. He's so good on his feet. He's going to have to hope that he's on the decline, and I haven't seen it.
Not everyone is completely convinced, though. Veteran journalist Gareth A. Davies has added an intriguing counterpoint, focusing less on Usyk's technique and more on his mental readiness. Davies raised eyebrows recently when he implied that Usyk's recent split with longtime promoter Oleksandr Usyk could indicate deeper distractions.
But we did see reports this week of Alex Krassyuk, longtime promoter of Oleksandr Usyk. That's fractured that relationship now. They're not going to work with each other anymore. Is that a storm in a teacup? People fall out all the time or stop working with each other all the time? It does seem a strange time for that news to come out just ahead of the biggest fight.
Well, it'll create some storylines, but it's not his trainer. So I can't see how it affects his preparation. Honestly, I don't. If it's a manager, but that deals with your business outside of the ring. I mean, if his trainer left him, and then you'd be thinking, hang on a minute, this is not ideal preparation. But that can't be used as an excuse. It won't be used as an excuse, and it shouldn't be, because that's just some guy who deals with your financials or organising fights. But he has a fight. The job's done. So I mean, I don't think it plays a part. I don't think. And even if there was an issue, I think Usyk is such a professional.
Davies offered this sharp take. What I read straight away, this could be the end with Oleksandr Usyk if he beats Daniel Dubois. I'm not sure that he wants to carry on too much longer. It's a money business as well. Davies added a stark warning. If Usyk is not focused 100%, Dubois will knock him out cold.
Who's next? Who knows? Fingers crossed.
One thing is for certain, he is extraordinarily popular and extraordinarily successful. He was that far away from beating Usyk in the second fight. He was so close, he was. Yeah. It was a brilliant first 9 rounds by him, but you got this guy.
He hurt Usyk to the body as well, didn't he?
He did. He did very well against Usyk in the second fight. It was an improved performance. It was a very strange first performance, because obviously he was able to right the wrongs in the second fight against Andy Ruiz. On that after that shocking night in New York, I can just remember the adrenaline dump in everyone's body on that night, when suddenly this behemoth boxer from the UK who was about to conquer America with giant posters all around Times Square, Madison Square Garden, his big elevation with DAZN into the United States suddenly collapsed. I can remember being hoarse with adrenaline. You know that feeling when literally your breath has been taken away. That's why boxing's so extraordinary.
Davies sees Usyk's recent changes as both strategic and career-defining and says any mental slip-up could open the door for Dubois. Promoter Eddie Hearn has also weighed in with a more measured take. He's not doubting Usyk's form, but he is raising Dubois' stock heading into this rematch, with some fans claiming that Hearn is unnecessarily glazing Dubois, who along with his team has shown little to no respect to the Ukrainian.
Dubois being disrespectful? No, I don't think so. I mean, we're talking about obviously the incident, I guess, on the...
Everything. If AJ wants respect, he should have been a lawyer and,
Speaking to TalkSport, he had this to say. It'll be a huge fight for them. I think Dubois is definitely in with a shout there to become undisputed. Hearn believes the physical transformation and momentum Dubois brings means he could truly compete with Usyk under the glare of Wembley Stadium. Hearn, who previously promoted Anthony Joshua's bouts against Usyk, understands the challenge Dubois faces, but he also sees a different fighter than the one who folded under pressure in their first meeting. According to Hearn, the momentum Dubois has gained through knockout wins over top-tier opponents like Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgovic has changed everything. He's not the same guy Usyk faced in Poland, Hearn emphasized. For a promoter who's watched fighters rise and fall at the elite level, Hearn's comments carry weight. But wait, Oleksandr Usyk's latest training clips go far beyond physical display. They offer a look into the mind of a champion who's not just preparing for a fight, but refining a legacy. At 38, Usyk isn't coasting on past wins or the shine of championship belts. He's still evolving, still obsessive about precision, and still treating every session like it could define the rest of his career. Simon Jordan captured the moment perfectly in a recent segment on TalkSport, saying, "Usyk is brilliant but beatable. Dubois has a good chance of defeating him. It's a blunt reminder that reputation alone won't win the night. Usyk knows it too, and that awareness, that internal fire is what makes his recent training clips and digs at Dubois so impactful. Behind the physical sharpness is a deeper statement. Usyk has often shrugged off conversations about legacy, insisting he fights for purpose and principle rather than ego. But the way he's approaching this rematch with Daniel Dubois suggests something else entirely. He wants to close the chapter on controversy. He wants no doubt. He wants this fight to be remembered not as a rematch, but as a reaffirmation, as a statement, as a hallmark of domination filled with bloodbath. But it isn't just the physical aspect that gives Usyk so much of a head start. His mindset, laser-focused, quietly intense, and rooted in discipline gives him a clear psychological edge. But it doesn't mean Daniel Dubois is out of this fight. Far from it. If anything, the sharper and more composed Usyk looks, the more it forces Dubois into action. He's not just preparing to fight Usyk, he's preparing to chase down a moving target who refuses to make mistakes. What Dubois can do to respond is embrace his strengths and flip the narrative. He needs to make this fight messy. Usyk thrives in structure, in patterns, in controlling tempo. Dubois needs to break that. That means cutting off the ring early, backing Usyk into uncomfortable exchanges, and investing heavily in the body, especially in the first 4 rounds. The goal isn't to outbox Usyk, it's to interrupt him, disrupt his rhythm, make him hesitate. Dubois has the size, the power, and now, after his recent run of wins, the confidence. What he must prove is that he has the timing and the patience. If he can keep his jab purposeful, avoid overcommitting, and force Usyk to work under pressure, he can turn this chess match into a firefight, and that's where he has the advantage. Because if Dubois is going to win this, it won't be by decision. It'll be by landing the one shot Usyk doesn't see coming. And now the countdown begins. Will Usyk's calm mastery win the day? Or will Dubois force a storm no amount of footwork can escape? Drop your prediction in the comments, hit that like button if you felt the tension, and don't forget to subscribe. We're covering every angle leading up to July 19th. Cheers.